Hi, it's Grandpa from Grammy and Grandpa Read, and today we are going to read The Great Mouse Detective. It was a Disney movie, and now it's a book. Here we go. It was the time of Queen Mousetoria's Diamond Jubilee inside a London toy shop. Olivia Flaversham and her father were celebrating Olivia's birthday. "Olivia, I made this just for you. Happy birthday." Mr. Flaversham wound up a tiny toy ballerina and set it dancing on the table. Olivia hugged her father. "Thank you, Father. It's beautiful." Suddenly, the door handle shook. Someone was trying to break in. Olivia's father opened a closet and pushed her inside. "Stay in there and don't come out." As Olivia watched through a crack, a peg-legged bat jumped through the window and grabbed Mr. Flaversham. Olivia struggled to get out and help, but the door was stuck. Finally, the latch gave way and she burst out. Her father was gone. Mr. Dawson, a kindly mouse who had just returned from India, found Olivia on the street crying. "What's the matter, child?" She showed him a newspaper clipping. "I must find Basil of Baker Street. I read about him in the newspaper. He's a detective. He can help my father." "I don't know any Basil, young lady, but I do remember where Baker Street is. Come along." In an underground room by the waterfront, the bat delivered his prisoner to the evil Professor Ratigan. The professor glared at Olivia's father. "Build me a mechanical doll. If you fail, I will ring this bell to call my pet cat Felicia. She just loves mice." He turned to the bat and handed him a sheet of paper. "Fidget, here's a list of what we need, and this time bring me the girl." At Basil's flat on Baker Street, the great detective introduced himself to Dr. Dawson, then turned to Olivia. Did the bat who took your father have a broken wing?" "I don't know, Mr. Basil, but he had a peg leg." "Aha! That was Fidget. He works for Professor Ratigan, the most evil genius in London and my greatest enemy." Just then, a shadow passed over the window, and Olivia gasped. "Look, Mr. Basil, there he is now." They raced outside, but the bat had disappeared, leaving a trail of footprints. Dawson picked up a hat lying in the snow. "I say, Basil, what's this?" "It's a clue. Now we can follow him, but first we must get Toby." Basil pushed open a secret door leading into the living room of his neighbor, Sherlock Holmes. "Come here, Toby. We have a case." A giant hound came bounding up. He rolled over, and Olivia climbed onto his stomach. "Mr. Basil, I think Toby is ticklish." Basil held out the cap for Toby to sniff. "That's it, boy. Now follow that bat." Toby tracked Fidget's scent to a darkened toy store, and the three mice crept inside. Basil looked around curiously. The toy soldiers were missing their uniforms. Ratigan must be up to something. Unseen by Basil, Fidget wound the key to a knight on horseback, and it galloped towards them. As Basil leaped aside, Fidget swooped down and snatched up Olivia. Dr. Dawson looked on in horror. "Basil, he has the girl." Basil dashed after him, but he was too late. Fidget escaped through the roof with his prisoner. Fidget carried Olivia to Ratigan's hideout and put her inside a large bottle. The professor cackled. "I have your daughter, Flaversham. Now finish your task without delay." Ratigan settled into a throne-like chair. Fidget, my plan takes place tonight. I shall soon be ruler of all mousedom." Back at the toy shop, Dawson discovered a scrap of paper that Fidget had dropped. Basil examined it with glee. This is precisely what we need. Dawson, back to Baker Street. At his flat, Basil looked at the paper with a magnifying glass. I could tell that this note was written in a seedy pub near the waterfront. If we go there, perhaps we can find Radigan's hideout. Disguised as sailors, Basil and Dawson sauntered into the Rat Trap saloon. Basil stepped up to the bar. We're looking for an old friend of mine. Maybe you know him. Goes by the name of Radigan. At that moment, Fidget walked in. He ducked behind the bar and disappeared. Basil vaulted over the bar. Dawson, follow me. They climbed down into the dank sewers beneath the saloon. Dawson felt his way along the corridor. My word, Basil, it's dark. I could barely see where we're going. The sewer turned sharply and ended in a grate that looked into a wine cellar. Basil grabbed Dawson's shoulder. We found it, Radigan's secret hideout. Basil and Dawson opened the grate and crept into the room. There, imprisoned in the bottle, was Olivia. Basil started to pull out the cork. We'll get you out of there. Suddenly, the figure of the bottle turned, grinning. It wasn't Olivia, it was Fidget. Radigan's henchman leaped out and grabbed them. Radigan sneered triumphantly. I see you stumbled into my trap, Basil. Radigan tied Basil and Dawson onto a mousetrap. I have so many ingenious ways of getting rid of you. I can't decide which to use, so I'll use them all. He pointed at a crossbow and axe, then signaled Fidget to turn on the record player. When the record finishes playing, so ends the career of Basil of Baker Street. Radigan smiled wickedly. Do excuse me, I have an engagement at Buckingham Palace. When they were alone, Dawson looked fearfully at Basil. I say, what do you think he meant? The Queen is in danger and the Empire is doomed. There's nothing we can do. Radigan was too clever for me this time. Dawson struggled against the ropes. You must think of something. You're Basil of Baker Street. Basil eyed the trap, and his face lit up. We'll set it off ourselves. If we time this just right, we can escape. He and Dawson reached for the triggering device. The record ended, starting a chain reaction. Now, Dawson, now! They released the trigger, springing a metal ball at the weapons. The crossbow fired and the axe came down, but instead of killing them, it sliced the trap in half, right between Basil and Dawson. They were free. At Buckingham Palace, the Queen was getting ready for the Diamond Jubilee. When Radigan and his henchmen burst in, the Queen glared at him. You'll never get away with this. Grinning Radigan brought out a mechanical doll made by Flaversham. This doll looks and talks just like you, and I think it should do the trick. As Flaversham worked the controls, the mechanical queen stepped outside to greet the crowd. I present my new royal consort, Professor Radigan. Just then, Toby dashed up, carrying Basil, Dawson, and Olivia, whom they had released. Basil grabbed the controls, making the mechanical queen point at Radigan. You're nothing but a common sewer rat. You're under arrest. The crowd surged forward to pounce on Radigan. Quickly, Fidget swooped down and captured Olivia. Radigan called to the crowd, Stay where you are, or the girl dies. Holding Olivia, they leaped into Radigan's propeller-driven blimp and flew off into the night sky. Basil grabbed Dawson and Flaversham. Get those balloons. We'll need them to chase Radigan. The balloons swept them up into the sky towards Radigan's blimp. As they closed in, Basil leaped through the air to the blimp and hung on tight. Dawson called out to his friend, Basil, ahead of you, it's Big Ben. Before the blimp could turn, it smashed into London's most famous clock tower and stayed there. Basil leaped clear into the clockworks. When he looked up, there stood Radigan holding Olivia. She pulled free and yelled as Radigan lunged at the detective. "Basil, watch out!" They grappled, falling headlong into the gears. Basil caught a cable and pulled himself up just in time to see a gear grinding toward the little girl. "I'm coming, Olivia." Basil leaped and snatched her from danger. As he pulled her to safety, Olivia pointed. "Basil, look, it's my daddy." Dawson and Flaversham's balloons had brought them even with the top of the clock. Basil handed Olivia to her father. "Take her, Flaversham." It was just in time. Radigan flung himself at Basil, and together they tumbled off the roof of Big Ben. They crashed down into the hands of the giant clock, then slid off. As they tumbled past the blimp, Basil reached for the propeller. It came off in his hands, and he and Radigan disappeared into the clouds. As Dawson and the others watched, the propeller rose from the mist, with Basil pedaling it. He was safe. The great mouse detective had saved the Empire, and Olivia and her father were together at last. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed that book. If you can, make sure you smash the like button down below. Give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel of Grammy and Grandpa Read, and watch the playlist for Disney and the playlist for animals. Have a great day.